Hello, welcome back to my channel, Make with Care. My name is Carolyn or Care, and I'm a knitter and maker located in southern New Jersey near Philadelphia. Today, I've got a very fun video for you. We're going to be looking at knitted dress patterns together and helping me narrow down some patterns and figure out what I may want to cast on. So if that sounds fun, then grab a drink, grab your project, and let's get into it. So I'm going to be looking down a lot because I got my laptop here with some patterns that I've saved on Ravelry. So we're going to be going through them together, and hopefully y'all can help me decide what dress I might want to make. So I'm kind of looking for, ideally, I'm not sure that I'm ready for a fingering weight, like that length of project, but ideally I would like DK or less probably, so it's wearable in the summer. A dress that's kind of like a classic, very wearable silhouette. I don't necessarily need it to be like super sexy. This is just for kind of a casual dress. I would like it to be able to wear it though to like go out to dinner and have it like look nice for that. So that's kind of like the vibe. It's like I would like to be able to get a good amount of wear out of it if I'm going to invest that much time into knitting a dress. But not necessarily like super sexy because I'm just not going to wear that. So I've got some patterns here in this bundle, and I'll be linking the bundle down below, and I will be talking about some of them. Some of the ones that I'm maybe more drawn to right now. And I'll start, I think, from the lightest weight and then down to the heaviest weight. Some of these lightest weight ones I know I'm probably not going to make right now, but I would like to make one day. So let's jump into it. The first dress I want to talk about it's called The City by Tori Yu, and this is a top or dress pattern. She's in her cover photo, she's got like a top, but her other photos are of dresses. And this calls for a fingering weight yarn. It calls for Moondrake Co. Pika Pika. Not sure. And it's knit up on a US 4 3.5 millimeter needles, which is a little bit of a looser gauge for fingering weight. And the dress calls for 3 to 6 skeins of that yarn, depending on your size. And it looks like it goes down to, like, it's kind of like a midi dress, I think, in the way that she styled it. Yeah, it goes below her knees. This is a beautiful dress. I love the kind of tank detail. I actually like kind of want this in a tank top version too. It looks very classic. It looks like you could get away with wearing a thin strap bra with it. It's definitely figure hugging and like kind of sexy looking, but not, doesn't look like unwearable. Like it looks like you could wear a bra with it. And it does look like it would take some time to knit, but you know, good things take time. Yeah, it's got 181 projects on Ravelry. It looks like most people have made this as a top and not a dress. So there are some dresses in here though, some projects which look really nice. And I'm curious how long. Okay, here's someone who made a dress. They cast it on December 15th, 2024, finished it September 17th, 2025. That's probably what would happen to me if I made a fingering weight dress, which is totally cool. You know, you could just have it as like a long-term stockinette whip, which would be fun. But yeah, if you can hear some noise in the background, that's my cat. She's all over the place today. All right, let's talk about the Milady's dress. It's another fingering weight dress, this time by Vert Knit. This is a beautiful, like, reversible dress. She's also got a separate pattern called the Milady's top that I'm very interested in. One side's like a scoop neck kind of situation. The other side's like a V-neck. Same thing with the dress. The one side of the dress is got buttons and a V-neck, it looks like, and then the other side is like a scoop neck. So the recommended yarn here is knitting for all of pure silk, which I think that would make just a fantastic dress. And the recommended needle sizes are 3 millimeter and 2.5. And it's also got a hook size. I'm not sure if you do some crochet reinforcing or crochet edge. I'm not sure. It says that this is suggested gauge. The chosen yarn creates a light, slightly sheer fabric with fluid drape. It just looks absolutely stunning. I love the tiny little buttons. There are 204 projects of this, and here's one recently finished. So they cast it on in January and started it in June. I do think this would just be a labor of love sort of project, but the results are stunning. I love how this looks on people. It's just so beautiful. This person took only a couple months to knit it last summer, July to August. So that's really impressive, like a little over a month. But yeah, it's absolutely beautiful. I think I would knit this in pure silk if I was going to make this. I would go ahead and purchase it in pure silk. I see several dresses, like 3 in a row here in the color Blue Tit, that look just stunning. I mean, these all look beautiful. It looks really good on, honestly, like everyone who's made it. It looks really great on. So I definitely would love to knit this one day. I'm not sure if this is for me this summer, but I would love to knit it at some point. She also has the girl dress, which is another very popular dress. I won't go into that one because I feel like people have talked about that one a lot, and a lot of YouTubers have made it, and it's beautiful. To me, it's just absolutely stunning, but I think if I were to make one of her dresses, I would make the lady's dress first. Another dress, this is the Millie dress by Sandus Garn. And this was published, it's available on the website, it says, for 40 kroner. This is in Danish, but it looks like you can purchase it along with the alpaca silky, which is the yarn that it calls for, fingering, and 3mm, 3.5mm needles. I love how simple this pattern looks. There's only 13 projects, and they're all knit up in the recommended yarn. I wonder if this is a situation where you have to buy the yarn to get the pattern. I know they do that a lot, but I do love the couple projects that are on here. They do look beautiful. Quite a few skeins, but it was published last April. So again, I really like the simplicity here. I think this would be very, very wearable because it's got such a high neck. I haven't used that yarn, so I'm not sure about that. I think if I had to buy the yarn to make this pattern, which I think might be the case because it's Sandus Garn, I would probably not be as motivated to make it. There are several other fingering weight dresses I have in here. If you're interested in those, check out the bundle for sure. Okay, let's go into the DK weight garments. So there's quite a few dresses here. The first one I want to talk about is the Campanula dress. Campanula by Anna Herman Sorensen. This is an absolutely stunning dress. I believe it's Cupid Knits is her name as well. She released this pattern last year, and the suggested yarn is BC Garn Big Bio Balance. Excuse me if there's cuts in this video. I keep coughing because I'm getting over an illness. But yeah, this is a DK weight yarn. The recommended needle sizes are 3.5 and 2.5, 24 stitch gauge. And there's 15 sizes available, which is great. It is rated a difficulty 4 out of 5, just for FYI. And it's absolutely beautiful. It's a regular rib pattern with ruffled edges, and it's got a saddle shoulder with customizable increases and decreases. It is just, I just love this dress. This is so stunning. It only has 42 projects, which I think is a travesty for how beautiful this is. People have made this as a tank top too, which is just, or as a short sleeve top, which is just stunning. But the dress is unbelievable. It is just an absolutely beautiful pattern. I think even having just this as a top would be really great too. So stunning. So yeah, that's definitely a big contender. It's definitely kind of more of a fancier, sort of girlier vibe, but I love it. Next are two dresses by, she actually has kind of three with kind of a similar sort of silhouette. And these are all dresses by Rania Hakalito. And I'll talk about the woodland dress because this is the most recently released of the three. All three are knit with Holst Garn Coast held double, and they all kind of have silhouette that goes to like here with like buttons in the front, and then it stops, and then it's like just an A-line kind of skirt portion. So the woodland dress has got like really thin straps and like triangle sort of shaping. And then there's also the waves dress, which is in the book Unfolding Landscape 17 Knits for the Road, which I do own. And so that's not available online. Very similar sort of silhouette, just with short sleeves, which I really do love that. I love how that looks. And then there's also her a little bit older. I think she released it a few years ago. Yeah, May 2024. It's the Helia dress. This is like kind of like a tank with rib and the button. So the other ones are a little bit like daintier with the I-cord, but I think that this is really cute and kind of gives a little bit more of a sportier sort of casual vibe. And also knit with Holst Garn Coast held double, which is what I'm wearing today. This is a Holst Garn Coast as a t-shirt. This is the Kauri Tee that I tested for Skeinny Dippin. Love this tee. It's super duper. Love the shaping. Love the neck shaping. Love this. This is like a continuous saddle shoulder kind of construction. Maybe you can see the detail there, but this is Holst Garn Coast held double. And I love the fabric of this. This was in 5mm needles, and these dresses call for 4mm, so it would be a tighter gauge than this, which, you know, I think would be fine. I also think that like this gauge is good too. I like this yarn a lot. It is 55% some sort of wool, 45% cotton, I believe. And I find it pretty comfortable to wear. If I'm really hot or if I press it like hard, even right now I can't super feel it. Yeah, if I press it against the skin, I can feel the wool. So I don't know that I would use this to make it. I do love this yarn, but I think if I want like an easy breezy summer dress that I'm just not thinking about, I might use something else. So the gauge is 19 stitches. So I'm gonna look at the patterns here. I do love this yarn. It blooms beautifully. It is very soft. Honestly, I almost never feel it, but I do, like I said, when I'm really hot or if I press it, I can feel it. I see some knit in drop spell. I wonder if it would be an option to hold pure silk double or like cotton merino with pure silk or something like that. I wonder if that would be a potential option. I see some super soft. I see drops charisma. I see a lot of coast held double, which makes sense because it's just, it looks so good. These are all kind of strong contenders. I might go with a Helia dress, or I really do love the waves dress. It would be more knitting, which is fine. I need to not be lazy and not short out on it because the sleeves are really cool. But I do kind of like the idea of, you know, keeping it airier with the shorter sleeves. And then two other DK weight patterns I want to discuss. One is the dress number 1 by My Favorite Things. So I had blouse number 1 on my Make 9 for this year. Then I made the Sevilla blouse by Petite Knit, and that kind of sort of filled some of that purpose. But I was thinking if I do make the dress number 1, I think it's a very similar sort of construction. Maybe not, maybe I'm wrong, but I would make it short sleeve. So I think Woozy by Celine recently made the dress number 1 short sleeve, and I was like, stunning. She looks so stunning. Yeah, so this calls for knitting for all of pure silk held double, I believe. And I love how this looks. It's very, very simple kind of look and silhouette. I just think it might look nice, like how, you know, how she made it as short sleeves would be really probably pretty good. Most of these projects are long sleeves, but I think I would really like it short sleeved. Could do long sleeve and I just don't feel that I would get as much wear out of it personally, especially this time of year. So that is a contender. And then this one, I just really like it. I don't know that I'm gonna make it now because it's not kind of like the vibe I'm currently looking for, but it is beautiful. It is the Seashore dress by Kuda Vakika or Veronica Lindberg. And it calls for tin leaning held double, which sounds beautiful. 21 stitch gauge, knit up on a 4mm and 3mm needles. And it is an all over lace pattern. It's just so beautiful. She's got all these different little lace motifs that repeat. She's got two main, I think, different, like 3 sections that kind of repeat differently. And it's beautiful. Absolutely stunning. She's got kind of sort of 3/4 length sleeves on it. And I love the color she knitted it in. I think that this is a beautiful, beautiful dress. Oh, I see a project with short sleeves knit in green by Eva New, but she looks absolutely stunning in this. This looks beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful dress. Like I said, not currently the vibe I'm really going for. I'm looking for the more of that simple, sort of casual, everyday sort of vibe. But I love that dress. Okay, last up, I've got a few larger gauge dresses, which would knit up quicker, but I'm not sure how wearable they would be. So we'll go through a couple of them. The first one is really fun. Very, very popular. I would make it for the holidays. So this would be not a yet dress, but this is the Eve dress by La Pole. Very, very popular for a dress. It's got over 200 projects, which is a lot. And this is made using 3 strands of lace held together to make a worstedish. It's knit up on 4 and 5mm needles, 18 stitch gauge. And it's got like sequins. So definitely sequin yarn, and like a shiny yarn and a cotton, it looks like. So you need to hold some yarn together to make this beautiful dress. Very simple shape, but looks so fun. So fun for the holidays. So this is in my dress bundle, even though I'm not going to make it right now, but it's so cool. Okay, and then I've got a couple of free patterns here. One is the Breezy Oats dress by Drops. And this was published in March of this year. This really appealed to me because it's very simple. It's got like a cute little ruffle on the bottom, and then it's got I-cords that are tied at the shoulders. One of my concerns with making a dress is I don't want to put so much effort into it and then it's going to stretch out and become unwearable with like the little spaghetti straps. So having them be shoulder ties is a nice way around that. The size range here isn't amazing, by the way. It's only extra small to 3XL, but it is a free pattern. So this is an Aran weight. It's knit up in Drops Paris, which I've never used. And Drops Paris is an Aran weight cotton, and it uses 4.5 and 3.5mm needles. So 18 stitch gauge with an Aran weight. I wonder if it'd be possible to use like Bell or something and just get like a more open gauge, but it looks really cute and it is free. There's only a couple projects with pictures, but I like it from the design, and the fact that it's free is cool. So yeah, definitely a contender, not like a front runner, but I do like it. It does look pretty simple. Then another dress is the Winona dress by Sari Nordland. This was released in August of 2022, and it calls for Santa's Garn Teak Lina, which I think might be being discontinued. Correct me if I'm wrong. I think you can hold Lina and Tin Lina to get the same kind of thing, but it's a bulky weight, 14 stitch gauge, 5mm needles recommended. It should knit up super quick. I wonder if this would be wearable or if it would be too hot. I do like the simplicity of this design. I worry about it stretching out over time with the thin straps, and I worry about the gauge just being too heavy. There's some really cute projects on here of people that look super cute. There's a couple people in this lime color, like right away when I open the projects, and they just look they just look so pretty, and then the dresses look so great. Lots of great projects here. It looks good on so many people. Very simple, you know, sort of dress, but I think Sari's a particularly loose knitter. From what people say, her projects can be hard to get gauge on, so might be an even quicker project on bigger needles. But yeah, that could be, if I decide I need a quick win, that might be a good solution. There's also another free pattern that's available as a free Ravelry download, but it's by Santa's Garn. So it is the Lola dress. This was released in March of 2023, and it calls for Santa's Garn Lina, which I love that yarn, and drop spell is a great substitute, as you know, I've talked about and many people have talked about before. This is a really cool looking dress with like the ruffle details on the side and the button in the front and the ruffle details like going here, and then it's got like the skirt, which is like more sort of gathered looking. Yeah, and then the skirt is like very, very flowy. So this is really, really a cool dress, and it's free, which is great. Looks like this takes a good amount of yarn. So this calls for 1925 to 3600 yards. Quite a lot of yarn. The sizes available are extra small through 3XL. This is a beautiful dress. It looks like it would take a while because it's also floor length, but I do think it's quite pretty. I think this would be beautiful. Just a beautiful flowy dress. It's a contender, but I think it might be just too much for my first dress. You know, I'm trying to look for something that's a good balance of it won't take me forever, but yeah, it's wearable. Okay, and then one more in this category. This is the Summer Core dress by Milena Uhola. It recommends holding 2 Aran weights together for an 11 stitch gauge, which is wild. And it's the needle size is an 8mm and a 7mm. There's only 6 sizes, it only goes up to XL. I think the max circumference is only 131 centimeters, so not a great size range here. This is a really cute looking dress. It has 82 projects. I worry again about the same things as the Sari Nordland one, how the I-cord straps will stretch, and if it's even wearable this thick of a gauge. People have made really cool colors though by holding 2 yarns and kind of marling them, like fun colors. So that's super fun. Like a lot of people used a fun color with a black or a white, and it looks really cool. I do think this would be a quick knit. But yeah, I'm just not sure the wearability of this one, but I thought I would mention it if you know that you like a thicker garment and want a quick win. I think that this could be really cool. Yeah, those are all the dress patterns that I have selected to talk about today. I will link the bundle down below, and I'll probably keep adding to the bundle with dresses I find that I like. Searching for dresses on Ravelry is kind of interesting because they often are like, maybe I just didn't refine my search correctly. Probably the case, but there's a lot of them that are like wintry dresses, which is not the vibe I'm going for right now. I want like a summer dress, and then there's some that are like tunics or like, you know, styles that were more popular a few years ago, which there's nothing wrong with that. That's just not what I want to knit right now. So I was having a little bit of a hard time finding the dress patterns that really spoke to me, but these are the ones that I selected that I like the best, and hopefully I can knit one soon that I enjoy. So let me know down below if you were to knit a dress pattern, which you would choose, or if you have knit a dress pattern, please let me know which one and how you like it for summer. I would love to know. And if you've made it this far, thank you so much for watching. Consider liking and subscribing to my channel so you can stay updated with my future video content. I'm also on Instagram at Make With Care, so I would love to see you over there as well. I hope you have a great rest of your day wherever you are. If it's summer, I hope you're staying cool. If it's winter, I hope you're enjoying the cozy knitting time. Bye, y'all.